So today we're going to go through the setup of Epever. This pretty much applies to the 20 amp on up to the 100 amp tracer series and some of the other ones also. So first things first, take a good look at the screws in here and find a suitable screwdriver, okay? A small screwdriver really doesn't fit in here right. Basically your best bet is a flathead, and that's because these are overly chromed and they're not really cast correctly for the typical Phillips. So start by hooking your battery wires up, and then hook up your solar wires and make sure you have the polarity correct. Okay. Now once we get into here, we can scroll through the menu like here. We'll hold down this button here, and it will change to either Celsius or back to Fahrenheit. Okay. Then we get in here and go to where it shows your battery voltage. It'll say battery here. Hold down this button here, okay? And you can go flooded, FO4, which I'm not sure what that is. It's different ones. Okay, NO3. These are just different settings you need to look. Now, if you're going to use lithium, you need to use the one that says user, okay? Sealed lead acid, gel, and flooded. Anytime that you long press this button, it'll allow you to set certain parameters. Now, the battery is just on the voltage part. The temperature is on the temperature part. Okay? You can adjust other things to do with the load. The load is this thing right here. You turn it on and off. When it lights up like that, it'll show you that. Now, this is showing me right now, because the sun is going down, it shows me the voltage going in from my PV. Okay? This shows me the current going in from my PV. This shows me how many kilowatt hours I've produced. This shows me my current voltage of my 24 volt system battery. This shows me the conversion to whatever amperage I'm putting into the battery from this one. It shows me my temperature. And then if the load is on, it will show me how many amps it's pulling. And also it'll show here how many kilowatt hours the load has drawn since this thing's been hooked up. These other settings here, we're going to go over them here in a second. I'm going to get the manual out and go through it with you guys. So when you get your brand new 40 amp charge controller, no matter where you get it from, it's going to have the temperature sensor in here, which is plugged in right there. And if you get a different kit, like one of these other ones here, it will be included also, but they will give you a longer one that will plug in, and you can run it over to your battery, and you know, if your batteries aren't right next to the charge controller. So you're going to want to go through this manual, okay? So now technically these are some different settings in here. Then, like the FO4 is for lithium iron phosphate 4-cell. And then the other one is lithium phosphate 8-cell. And then these LCNM, nickel metal hydride or something like that. They're some of these batteries that we're a little less familiar with. So, those ones are down there, but what everybody's always told me is that these settings are not acceptable for their battery packs for lithium iron phosphate. So they always say to use the user setting. And in order to change that, you're going to need the USB cable or the Wi-Fi adapter or the MT50. So you would want to select user, and then we'll have to go in and adjust these settings. Okay, so the next part of this would be for the settings for lithium iron phosphate or other lithium type batteries. There are some settings in here that are kind of basic that they say will work for certain ones, a 4-cell and a 8-cell. And you can make these changes from the front of the Epever, but to adjust the settings of the user setting, you need this guy, USB cable, and I believe that the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth will allow you to change it also. So you need to make sure that you know the settings that you want. And what you're going to be changing are the over voltage, disconnect, charging limit voltage, over voltage, reconnect voltage, equalizing charging voltage, boost reconnect charging voltage, under voltage warning, discharge limit, and those type of things, okay? And all of these things here will tell you in this manual what these are set at by default. So look in your manual. If your lithium batteries don't jive with these settings, then do not use these settings. So this is for the lithium iron phosphate 4, and then I don't know what this other type of battery is. It's like what they're using in those Chevy Volts or something, I think. Anyway, I do not see the other battery type now, but it's going to tell you what these are. Easiest way, from what I understand, is just to go in here and we'll get into the user menu and we will change it. So here are the rest of the battery types. Now these are going to be the range that you can set user from. Now if you're a 24 volt system, these numbers are double. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Alright, so without further ado, I'll familiarize you with this thing. Let me turn my flash off. Okay, so on this guy here, right now, it's nighttime. It actually will show that I have 1 volt. It doesn't show that. And you get all the information at once on here. So let's go into here. When you push that, it'll automatically make the light come on. You can go through the different things here to give you the date and the time, how much, all that stuff, you know, the voltage of the PV, the current, the watts. It tells you the watts. I have not figured out how to change this thing's setting for Celsius, even though my actual Epever is configured to Fahrenheit. So we go into here, and we're going to go down to here. Device info. That's going to show you, you know, the particular firmware and things like that. The testing operation is something weird. I don't know what it does. I tried it. I think it's just basically try to make sure everything's working correctly. Control parameters, device parameters, device password, which don't set one, because if you do, you probably won't remember it. So we're going to go into control parameters, and this is where we can set this. We'll hold down the OK button, and then it'll do that. Just press it again, and then we can change the type of battery we have. Wait. Okay. User. Sealed. Gel. Flooded. We go click user, click OK. Save. Now, go back up here. Press OK. I don't want to do that. To hit this button here, and you can set your battery amp hours. I'm not really sure what exactly that's going to do for you, but here's the temperature cutoff or compensation. Now here you have the over voltage and the charge limit. and you just use the up and down arrows when you push the other one to go through each one. So you're going to need to set all these things. The equalization charge. I'm not going to get into these because I don't know what your settings are. I'm just using lead acid batteries. So you can adjust all these things. And it's nice because then you can adjust how long it does the timing for it and everything. Maybe you don't even want it to do it at all, you know. And then after you fill everything out, click save, and you're done. Push escape to get back out of that menu, and then you can keep going through here. Now, I don't use the load except for so I don't know, the light on and off, the timer. You could set it to where, you know, it'll shut the load off like an hour after it sees that there's no solar. So on mine down here, this is my experimental deal. I need to swap this out, but anyway, I have normally these two charge controllers down here, and they're on two 12-volt muffin fans wired in series on the load. And basically you can go in here and turn them on or off by pressing the load. Now they're off. So you push it back on, and it's good to have that on there. I like to have that on there because I have like 8 panels on one and 6 on another, and I routinely get 30 amps out of them. So, and then I also have the 2424 running off of a group of panels that would normally be down on the experimental one. So I have 14 panels in total, and I don't want them all on this, and I like the freedom to be able to do things differently. So at any rate, you can adjust the settings for that in this menu here, and everything else is pretty self-explanatory, basic stuff. So anyway, I really like this deal here, and there's a really good deal on this particular charge controller that comes in this kit, and you get a meter, the 40 amp charge controller, and another temperature sensor so you can put it on your battery, or your batteries aren't in the same room, or you know, something like that. And this is a great kit. If I would have bought this prior, I would have been better off. Unfortunately, I didn't. So now I've just got one of these, and I've got 3 Epevers, and I'm not going to spend $30 for each one of these. So if you decide that you want one of these and you're going to have several charge controllers, make sure that you buy the kit. I will put an affiliate link in the description of this video, and maybe you can help me out and help my channel earn a little bit of extra. It won't cost you anything extra. The price is still the same. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and help promote my channel. Thanks.